Why is the church important, and how can someone feel connected to the church and realize that it's the same important church that was around for thousands of years?
So if you're talking to a Christian, if you're talking to somebody that believes in Jesus and even reads the Bible, right? I tell them, hey, read the Bible closely and pay close attention to what the Bible has to say about the church. Because when you read the Bible, when you figure out, what you realize is that the church is a divine institution. The church is divinely instituted by God Himself. And if the church still exists today, which it does, because the Bible says that the church will always persist for all time until Jesus Christ returns, right? That means that that church that was founded by God 2,000 years ago is still around today. And you could go to that divine institution, God's institution. When you read the scriptures, you see that this institution has this great authority, that God gave such authority to this institution, to this visible institution that is the church. So when you read the Bible and you just read it closely, how could you not want to be part of the church? Because the church comes from God. If you love the Bible so much because the Bible comes from God, then you should love the church just as much because the church also comes from God. And it's actually through the church that we got the Bible, that we have the scriptures. So you can't have one without the other. You can't really have the Bible without the church, because the Bible testifies to the church, and then you would have the Bible anyway if it wasn't for the church, right? And for people that think that maybe the church is outdated or the church is, all you got to do is just read a little bit of history. Read 2,000 years of history if you can, and read about how the church, how this divine institution has weathered everything that has ever happened in the last 2,000 years. All of these other institutions have come and gone, and entire empires have started and fallen over the last 2,000 years. But the one thing that has remained, the one institution that has remained, is the Christian church. And when you think about that, be like, wow, it's never gone away. It's always been there. It's thrived and it's grown.
My,
2 billion Christians in the world today. It's like, how? And that's going to make you really curious and very excited about the church. Make you very excited to be part of this thing that is ancient, that is traced back to the apostles, that you can actually be a part of this thing that will never go away. Like you should be excited when it comes to the church.